In today's podcast, I want to talk about the fourth eye. The fourth eye just sits above the third eye, it's on your forehead, and I call it the love eye because I think the fourth eye is to open us up to be more loving and to be more compassionate and tolerant to others. It also has a lot to do with relationships. The third is important for seeing things, seeing as they truly are and being intuitive. The fourth is really your relationships and also your relationship with God as you see God and your spiritual life. It's a really important eye to have open. You'll find anyone who's doing work and coming from love, people who are quite spiritual, religious, believing in God, the universe, and people who are into relationships and how to fix them and always working on their relationships with themselves and with other people. The fourth eye will be open, and that'll be, even if it's not big, it'll still be open. You'll find that people who've got an open fourth eye will be very tolerant and forgiving. They have compassion, they have empathy, they have tolerance, and they forgive. They're human too. We're human, and we're going to have our little spits and be upset and hurt, etc. But we'll get over ourselves, and then we'll be back on track and be loving and kind and be able to come from love always. It's not a control eye. Some people try to use the third and the fifth to control, like a power eye, but this one isn't. People who are closed-hearted usually have the fourth eye not really open, and that corresponds with the heart chakra and the heart. To open it again, we massage it. We massage that area. It's just between the middle of the forehead and the bridge of the nose. We just massage there and we open it and we ask our guides to open it. I would fill it up with pink light because that's love, and white light if you want to, and even the purple is in that area. Open it up and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. When you are with people and maybe you've got a relationship that's a little tricky, if you open up your fourth eye when you're talking to them, it'll come much nicer. It'll come from love and you'll be more tolerant and you'll say it in a really nice way. Anyone who's done any work down here for service to mankind and helping others will have this eye quite activated. You can actually open it and open it and open it and activate it even more. If you are wary that you're going to be too kind or taken advantage of, you can set that in place as your boundary, that you will be loving and kind, but you'll love yourself as well and put your needs as well when you do it. The vibration of the eye is the vibration of love. In that particular eye, I feel more than the other eyes actually. Therefore, if you're thinking of opening it, bring in the love vibration, bring in the love light, you can do it to all the other eyes. I've talked about the love light, but this one particularly will be a good one to do, and that will actually encourage and enhance you to become more compassionate, empathic, and tolerant with people. Because we really need to be tolerant in relationships. Of course, there's times when the relationship karmically is ending, or we need to not be with that negative energy for a while, and we can step back. However, in our relationships, if we come from love and we are always trying to be tolerant and kind and compassionate, we'll find that we're continually then activating that fourth eye. It's a very important eye, particularly right now, because the heart chakra is opening to the world. Everyone's trying to open their heart chakra more who's doing any kind of spiritual work, and the world is vibrating now, crossing into more like the fourth heart chakra, and also then now the fourth eye, because they go together, because the heart chakra is the fourth, they call it the fourth chakra, and the fourth eye is of course the same, and they work together in synergy. It's a mental eye, but it has compassion. And because we want to have happiness down here, most of our happiness is to do with our relationships. And if our relationships are working, we will be more happy. And if they're not working, or we're having some that aren't working, we won't be as happy. That's why it's really important, this eye. And as we're evolving now on Earth, this planet's trying to evolve into becoming a more united, tolerant place to live, then that fourth eye will be opening more and more. You can send healing to it every night. You can open it. I see it like I open it and I just make it wider and wider and wider and wider and bigger. And then I'll fill it up with light and fill it up with love and make it really, really large. Then I can be more compassionate and more loving. You might meet people who don't have that eye open. You can usually tell because they lack compassion and they're not very empathic to other people, and they're not sensitive to how other people feel often. And that's because that eye is not open. If the eye was open there, if that little mini chakra was open, that would probably be better because it links into the heart chakra. And I think there's a definite link between people who are working from the heart and then a bit the mind, and then the people who are working only from the mind and hardly the heart. Whereas if you get this one working, this is to do with the mind, the fourth eye, and then you've got the heart chakra, and then you've got them both working. It's really powerful. It's good to have them both working, both in power. And I've talked about it before in one of my podcasts, how some people talk from their heart and some people talk from their head. And once you ascertain who's who, it's easier to have the conversation. So if you're with a heart person, you'll talk from your heart and you will actually be connecting on that fourth eye. If you're talking to a head person, when you're talking to their head, they'll be talking from the head. They won't be connecting to you, the fourth eye. They'll be connecting to you mind to mind. And even though you might be doing the heart stuff, they won't be. They just talk from their head all the time. They're very pragmatic, those people. It sort of is a little devoid, I think, of emotion. That's how it feels to me. Open it up. See if your world gets more loving. See if people around you and your relationships improve, because I think they will. I still believe that we can mend all relationships to varying degrees if we are loving and kind and tolerant, and if we forgive. Now, you can forgive and you might not choose to be with that person. Maybe they're abusive or it's a really toxic relationship for you, but you've still forgiven, and that's a good thing to do. Enjoy opening the fourth eye. I call it the love eye, so that's just me. Have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon.